Hello again and welcome to another episode of Merkon's Musings, a Star Wars action figure review. And today we're looking at none other than, you guessed it, Squid Head, as they called him back in 1983, or Tessek, as he's normally now known through the canon of Star Wars. This character was pretty interesting. He's one of the goons at Jabba's palace. He's got an interesting backstory. As you can see, we have two action figures here, and I'm going to review a third action figure, the Power of the Jedi version of Tessek. And before we get into all that, I'm going to give you the history of the character. Tessek was a male Quarren who was an accountant for Jabba the Hutt, as well as a patron of his, enjoying the decadent atmosphere of Jabba's palace and frequenting the parties there. A clever individual with good financial skills, Tessek took advantage of his position as Jabba's bookkeeper to embezzle money into his own accounts and plotted to assassinate Jabba and take over Jabba's vast criminal empire. Jabba was aware of Tessek's schemes, which were revealed to him by one of the Bomar monks. Before Jabba could act on his information, he was killed by Princess Leia on his sail barge, the Katana. Tessek escaped the sail barge and returned to Jabba's palace, and was forcibly recruited by the Bomar monks, and had his brain removed from his body. After a short time adjusting to his new body, he spent the rest of his days wandering through the halls of Jabba's palace. And as always, we're going to start with the Kenner version, which is this one from 1983, and this is a classic Kenner action figure with 5 points of articulation. But what makes this action figure really good is the soft goods cloak and the bottom of his robes, which is really neat. And he comes with a Rebel blaster, but this one is molded in gray plastic, which is interesting. So he has 5 points of articulation, his arms 1 and 2, the head does turn, that's 3, and his legs 4 and 5. This is a very intricate action figure from the Return of the Jedi Kenner Star Wars line, and this belt also, it can be removed. So they did a lot to make this character. It's a very good start for this action figure. The details on the head are excellent. As you can see, he looks like he's got these gills here. He's got the teeth. It's very, very well done. The sculpt is really good. So this is a very, very good action figure and version of this character. The second one is from the Power of the Jedi line, which came out in 2001. This action figure had 7 points of articulation. It had a head movement, shoulders swivel for his arms. His hands at the wrist would turn on his arms, and it had hip joints, so it would make his static legs move up and down. The cool thing was he had a holster for his laser pistol, and the cloak was made of hard plastic, and the arms were molded into a fixed position and slightly bent, so it gave it some sort of motion or action, which is kind of cool. So it had pretty decent articulation for this time, especially. I just wish it would have had at least ball joints or, the insert joints, but that comes later on. And last but not least, we have the vintage collection, and this is VC 286. This one came out in 2023, and this is a really cool action figure. It was part of the Star Wars Vintage Collection Jabba's Court Denizens 4-pack, which included Tessek, Reese, Taim Dren Garen, and Velkin Tezzeri. So we're going to take a look at this real quick. I'll turn around the back, and it shows you all these things in different languages, and it shows the wave of action figures that came out along with this figure. And as you can see, there's a couple of the guards that came in the 4-pack. So we're going to take a look at this. It's got the classic Kenner card face. It looks actually a little bit more detailed or a sharper image. And I'm going to open this up. This is pretty easy. And I really loving this right off the bat. It looks really good. So it mimics the original Kenner with the soft goods robe at the bottom. And he's got the movable wrists, but he's got an insert joint in the arm. And what's cool is he got the little suckers on the end of his fingers, which looks great. The head is on a ball joint. It can move around very well. He's also got the soft goods cloak, much like the original, but the cloak is definitely not molded, it's, I guess, sewn better, or it shows more folds in the cloak. So it gives it much different look than the static plastic cloak or the original Kenner cloak, and this arm also has insert joint, and the wrists move just like the other original. And the head sculpt is much better on this one, obviously. It's got some really great paint applications. It looks excellent. The one thing it doesn't have the holster for his pistol. So I'm going to put the pistol in this hand, which is kind of cool. And the legs have insert joints, as you can see. And you see here. And this obviously is the best version of this action figure. It's also got a waist articulation. It's really, really amazing. This is a really amazing action figure. Definitely the definitive version. I can't imagine making a better one. So I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, please hit like and subscribe. And I look forward to giving you another episode real soon. Thank you very much.